Hi, I'm Deanna, and welcome to Pulse. If it's your very first time here, please take a quick pause and watch the Intro to Pulse video that I have linked in the description below this one. And I wanted to take a minute here and talk to you quickly about one of the foundational concepts of our class. So if you're here for the first time, you can listen. If you're here on a replay, you could fast forward past this whole part, or hey, give it a listen again, and maybe something will hit a little bit differently today. Our modern society has put a lot of emphasis on our thinking brain. And our brain is amazing. We can think critically, problem solve, decision make. We can create art and music and all of these wonderful things that differentiate us from other species. But we can also get stuck in our head. We can overthink and overanalyze. We can feel things like depression and anxiety, and these are all brain-based states. So it's important when we catch ourselves in these moments to drop our awareness down into our heart and to start to move from there, because the heart has its own beautiful wisdom and intelligence. Our heart has its own neurons and can make decisions independent of the rest of the central nervous system. When communication is done between the heart and the brain, most of it is upwardly, from the heart sending messages up. And we have this misconception that the brain is the boss of everything. Our heart can actually sense things happening faster than the brain. The brain can sense something in the environment about 3 to 5 seconds before it happens, and the heart can sense things about 1.5 seconds faster than that. So there's something to be said about intuition and inner knowing. When we are able to bring our awareness into our heart and regulate our breath, something amazing happens. Our brain and our heart and our breath start to move in unison, and this is when we're in a state of coherence. We can maximize this feeling by adding in sensations of gratitude and appreciation. And when we're in this state, our brain actually functions better. We can make better decisions. We can relieve those feelings of depression and anxiety and move with a little bit more clarity. So today, as we practice, I invite you to move from your heart as much as you can. Follow your intuition, move with compassion and unconditional love. I'm going to give you a lot of options today, so just make sure that you're taking care of yourself and that from start to finish, your body and your mind are at peace. I'm wishing you a beautiful practice. All right, we are going to start off today in constructive rest. So make your way lying down on your mat, on your back, with your knees bent and your feet on the floor. Turn your heels out slightly and your toes inward so your knees naturally fall in and rest on each other. And then take a hand onto the heart and a hand onto the belly. And with an exhale, close your eyes down and let your body just drop heavily onto your mat. Feel the natural rhythm of your breath and your heartbeat in this moment. And notice the interconnectedness between the heartbeat and the breath. Every time you inhale, there's a slight acceleration in the heart, and as you exhale, the heart slows down. See if you can send the breath into the belly now, feeling the belly rise as you breathe in and soften as you breathe out. And over the next several rounds of breath, work on lengthening your inhalation and exhalation so they're about the same pace, maybe breathing in for 5 and out for 5 at any speed that works for you. And if you have ujjayi pranayama in your practice, feel the breath vibrate over the vocal cords and hear the sound of your breath, and just use your breath as a tool to keep your mind focused on the inhalation and the exhalation. Anytime a thought pops up, you go back into your breathing practice. And on an exhale, bring your arms alongside your body, palms facing down, and just tuck your hands under your hips so that you can create a cradle for your torso as you send your legs into the sky. And at first, allow your knees to be relaxed, a soft bend, and start to curl and uncurl your toes. Maybe roll out the ankles, free up energy in the feet. You might hear some cracking and popping. Feel your spine long on your mat, shoulders relaxed. And then from here, make this active by engaging the legs, straightening your knees any amount that's appropriate for you, flexing the toes towards the shins and reaching up through the heels. Take an in-breath, and with the out-breath, bring your hands onto your legs, maybe at the shins, maybe lower if that's more appropriate, and you can keep your shoulders relaxed. And then press your legs and your hands towards each other so that you feel some engagement in the belly, maybe a little bit of shaking as you come into the strength in your core. Take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, slide your fingers up towards your feet, any amount, chin to chest, shoulders off the mat, and then inhale, slowly roll down. Exhale, come up again, maybe a little bit higher, squeeze the belly, and then inhale, soften the belly, roll down. Last time, come up to your highest. Maybe you can touch your toes and then slowly come down. Bring both hands onto the right calf. And as you inhale, split your left leg any amount towards the floor. Less intense, you're up higher. A little bit more sensation, you can just hover your leg along the mat. And then stretch your legs in the direction they're going. Right leg up into the sky. Left leg out and away from the body. Big deep inhale. And with the exhale, round up again. Take your nose towards your right knee, elbows wide. Maybe draw the right leg closer to you. With an in-breath, roll the head back down. And exhale, float the left leg back up to meet the right. Catch a hold of the back of the left leg, and on an in-breath, right leg goes long. Legs long, breath deep. Full inhale. Exhale, round up, nose to left knee, elbows wide. Maybe draw the leg closer to you. And with your inhale, roll back down. Exhale, right leg floats up to meet the left. And then bend your knees and hold on to your legs wherever it feels good. Maybe in the pit of the knees, maybe at the front of the shins. And for a moment, just move around in any way that feels good. You could rock side to side. You can draw circles with the knees. You could do something else, right? You're following that inner knowing of your body. So what helps you to open up and free up energy here? And then start to rock up and down the length of the spine. Exhaling as you rock back, inhaling as you rock up. And as you rock back, never rocking onto the neck stopping at the shoulders. And as you rock up, maybe you can kind of hover for a moment before you drop back again. And one of these times, get up enough momentum that you can bring yourself into tabletop. Crawling your way there with intention, spreading your fingers out really wide, planting your hands down, hands shoulder width apart, knees hips width apart. And then bring your tail back, lightly tucking it under so the low back is long, and tuck the chin enough that you can draw the crown of the head forward and lengthen through the back of the neck. And then draw circles around your hands with your shoulders. Any size circle that feels good for you. Exhaling as you rock back, inhaling as you come forward, and then take your circles the other way. And from here, curl the toes under. Press the floor away, lift the knees up and back, downward facing dog. Let your heart relax towards your legs as you press into the arms. Ears between the biceps, head nice and heavy. And again, at first as we arrive, move around in any way you need to. Pedal your feet, shake out your head, maybe even roll over the toes. And if downward facing dog is too intense, then you can stay here as long as it feels comfortable and then come into tabletop again. Or any other pose that feels good. And let's come into stillness if it feels appropriate for you and take a deep breath in. Open your mouth, sigh out. With an inhale, step your feet together, big toes touch. Exhale, right knee to nose as you rock forward, shoulders over the wrists. You could stay here or fall in triangle. Start to extend the right leg. Pinky toe side of the foot, outside of left pinky finger. Spin left heel flat and take the left arm up into the sky. Keep your gaze down at your mat at first and press into the floor. Feel that support beneath you. Take your top arm, stretch it to the front of the room, and then place your hand down. Lift your back heel up with an inhale. Right leg goes up into the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, come forward again, right knee to nose, but this time step forward. If your foot falls short, grab it, place it. You could have your hands on blocks here if the floor feels far. Feet or hips width distance. Back knee down, toes point. On an inhale, roll the heart open. And as you exhale, maybe if it feels good, let your hips sink towards your right heel. With your next exhale, rock back, right leg straight, any amount, the knee can be bent, hips towards left heel, back of neck long. And then press down into your right heel and isometrically draw the right hip back into the hip socket. You could stay here or find flow between the two. Inhale as you rock forward. Exhale, rock back. A little rocking chair motion on the inhale and the exhale. This time, as you come forward, stay forward, ground your knee right over your heel, curl the back toes under, lift the back knee up. And when you're ready, rise and reach crescent warrior. Arms into the sky, fingers spread wide, backs of the shoulders broadening away from each other. And you could gaze forward, or you could find a lift and a back bend, setting the gaze up. And this could also be done with the back knee down. Take one more inhale. With the exhale, let your hands come down, frame your front foot, step back, down dog. A full inhale as you notice the difference between the two sides, and a long exhale. Big toes touch, breathing in. Left knee comes forward, breathing out. You could stay here or fall in triangle. Left leg long, right heel flat, right arm up into the sky. Doesn't matter how far forward your foot is, but really work on pressing into the floor. Feel the left side of the body strong. Right side of the body long as you take the top arm forward. Plant the hand. Back heel lifts, belly tight as you take the left leg up. And then exhale, step through. Hips width distance, back knee down. On the fingertips, as you roll the heart open, and with an exhale, maybe settle the hips down more. On the next out breath, send the left leg long, shift the hips back, toes flex, heel heavy, reach your fingers forward as you draw your seat back. You could stay there or find flow. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, draw back. And if you're rocking back and forth, take it really slow. Move with intention and awareness. And then let's come forward together, stacking knee over heel, back knee lifts, rise and reach, big inhale. Back leg strong and energized if the knee is lifted. One more inhale, maybe go up and back. And as you exhale, float your hands down nice and slow. Step back, down dog. Let's take a couple breaths here. You could come into child's or tabletop if that feels better. Slowing down the inhale and the exhale again. And then stepping big toes to touch, breathing in. Exhale, right knee to nose, breathing out. Stay there or take fallen triangle. And this time, lift your gaze up into the sky if that feels good, or out to the side wall. Or again, keep your gaze towards the floor. Feel that lift up into the sky. Shine your left hip higher. And then take your top arm, stretch it to the front of the room and pause there. From the pinky toe side of the left foot, all the way up through the fingertips. Get as long as you can. And then plant left hand. Lift left heel. Inhale, right leg sweeps up. 3-leg dog. Exhale, knee to nose, come forward. Back knee down, toes point. Option to keep the fingers down, or as you inhale, take the arms up into the sky. And as you exhale, maybe find airplane arms and hover over your front leg. Option to flow as you breathe in and out. One more time to the back. And then as you come forward again, inhale, arm sweep. Exhale, fingers float down, curl, back toes, lift back knee, and then rise and reach on the in-breath, crescent warrior. 2 options for our twist. Open arm twist with the left arm forward, right arm back, or a prayer twist, hooking the left elbow outside of the right knee, drawing your sternum in line with your thumbs, any amount that's comfortable, as you roll the right shoulder back. Make sure the right side of the neck is long and your breath is deep and free. One more big inhale. And on the exhale, untwist the body, hands down, step back. 1 breath in to notice. 1 breath out to reset. Big toes touch, inhale. Left knee to nose, exhale. Stay here or take your fallen triangle. Maybe lift your gaze up into the sky. Find a gentle back bend, open through the heart. Top arm reaches. Pause there and feel the right side of the body get longer and more open. Exhale, right hand down, back heel up. Inhale, 3-legged dog, left leg up into the sky. And with the exhale, step. Back knee down, toes point. Hands can stay down or arms reach up. Inhale. Exhale, airplane arms, or just shift back. Option to flow. Breathing in, breathing out. Last time to the back if you're flowing. And then rock forward, reach up, sweep up, fill the lungs. Exhale, hands come down. Lift the back knee. And when you're ready, rise and reach. Arms up. 2 options for twist: right arm forward or right elbow hook, prayer twist. Left toes long on the mat if you feel like they're kind of gripping there. One more big deep breath in. Exhale, unwind, step back, take a couple breaths in your downward facing pose, wherever you are. And then big toes touch, inhale. Exhale, rock forward, right knee comes with you. Maybe you extend, fall in triangle. Maybe you have a seat, wide-legged. Left arm comes inside left leg, right arm up, inhale. Exhale, bend over your left leg, any amount that feels good for you, reaching your fingers towards your toes. Right hip heavy, rolling the right shoulder back. And then handle with care. As you come up, take the right hand behind the right hip. Begin to circle your left arm forward as you bring the toes onto the floor. Press the floor away. Maybe draw your right leg back slightly. Left hand down. Back heel up. Right leg up. Inhale, 3-legged. Exhale, step. Back knee down, toes point. Inhale, option to reach the arms. Exhale, option to shift back. And then flowing in any way that feels good. One more time to the front and to the back. And then this time as you come forward, you could keep your arms in the sky as you lift the back knee up. A little bit more fire that way. On an exhale, left arm can go forward or left elbow hook. Find your twist. And if you want to go deeper in your prayer twist, you can spread your wings. Let your left hand find the floor or the block, right arm up into the sky. Find a place for your gaze where your neck is happy. And make sure your breath is still nice and deep and free. One more big, deep inhale. And with the exhale, unwind. Step back. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, big toe touch. Exhale, left knee comes forward, stay or extend. Stay there or have a seat. Right arm inside right leg, left arm goes up, big breath in. Exhale, fold over the right leg. Left shoulder rolling back, breathing into the left side ribs. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, hand behind the seat. Right arm forward, right toes down. Press the floor away. Maybe draw the left leg in. Hand flat. Back heel up, left leg lifts. Inhale. Exhale, step. Knee down, toes point. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, shift back. And then do whatever it is you do here. As long as your breath is flowing, you're doing great. One more time up. And one more time back. And then this time, option to lift up, back knee. And take your twist. Right arm forward or right elbow hook. Maybe spread your wings and find a little bit deeper twist. The body is opening. One more big deep inhale. Exhale, unravel. Step back, down dog. Inhale to tabletop. Exhale, child's pose, hips onto the heels, forehead to the mat or onto stacked hands. Take a moment to resoften and just check in. Are you moving with love and compassion? Can you breathe and move from your heart? Carry that energy with you as you stretch your arms forward. Rise onto hands and knees, and you could hang out there or meet me in the top of a push-up with your legs together. So it's like you have one long leg behind you. Gaze between the thumbs, inhale. Exhale, right knee forward. Inhale, right leg back. Now here we go. Left knee forward. Inhale, lengthen. You can keep it nice and slow like this. Exhaling and inhaling, or pick it up. Right knee, leg long. Left knee, leg long. Exhale, inhale. You can go faster. Right, left, right, left. Try to keep your shoulders pretty still. And you can keep it here, or you can add a little sprint. Kind of jogging in your mountain climber. 8, 7, and this is seconds here, not necessarily reps. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Meet me in the top of your plank. Hold it there, but keep your breath moving. And then inhale, knees down if they're lifted. Exhale, take a rest, child's pose. Check back in. How did that go? Was that loving? Can you make it so if it wasn't? Maybe that means you rest here a little while longer. Maybe you meet me at the top of a push-up again. Tap your right toes off of your mat, and then bring your feet together. And then left toes off and together. Nice and slow with control. Or again, option to pick it up. Tap right, center, left, center. You can keep it like that, or at a hop in and out. Feet wide, feet together. Every time you hop, bend your knees and let your knees absorb the shock of the bounce. Let's do 4 more. Breathing deep. Last 2. Last 1. Hold the top of the push-up. Keep the breath moving. Inhale, knees down. Exhale, have a seat on your feet. Bring your hands to the low back, interlace the fingers, and then draw the heels of the palms towards each other as you roll the arm bones open wide, broadening through the chest. And if it's comfortable, take your hands a little bit away from your seat. Chin can be tucked, or you could be looking up slightly, but make sure that you keep the back of your neck long. This is more about just opening the throat and the heart. And then go on and switch your grip. Release, take it the other way. Come back into it. Notice the difference between the 2 sides. Breathe deeply into and out of the chest and the belly and the heart. Squeeze a little bit more. And then release. Let your hands float to the front of the mat. Downward facing dog on the exhale. Inhale to your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees, crouch down low, and walk or hop to the front of your mat. Halfway up, breathing in, and a deep forward fold, breathing out. Inhale, dive up to stand, reach your arms up, and prayer hands to the center. As you find chair pose, hands to the heart. Now, you could be up in a nice high chair, or you could be sitting low in a little booster seat. You could stay here and hold it, or do tiny little pulses in and out of your chair. Focusing more on the downward press, only bouncing up slightly, so your legs are really strong, the low back is long, the weight is in the heels. You can keep this, or lift the right heel up, keep pulsing. Weight even through the toes, ankle strong and straight, releve. You've got 4, 3, 2, switch sides. Right heel down, left heel up, keep pulsing. Weight in the right heel. For 4, 3, 2, 4 counts, right and left. 4, 3, 2, switch sides, pulse. 4, 3, 2, switch. 1 more set of 4s. Keep your hips low. And switch. All right, let's do 2 counts. Right and left, pulse. Right, left, right, and left. Let's do singles. Right, left. You can keep the hips going up and down, or sit your hips down and just push and pull through the heels. Let's do 4. Sit lower, heart higher. 2 and 1. If you can, lift both heels up. Releve. Ankles strong, ankles straight, weight even through the toes, hips a little lower, heart a little higher, breath a little deeper for 3, 2, and 1. Fold forward, straighten the legs. Toe heel your feet to hips width distance. If you have gorilla pose, you could slide the hands under the feet, toes pressing into the heels of the palm, head dropping heavy, knees bent as much as you need to. Or if that's not available, you can just hook your hand into the opposite elbow crease, or grab on elbow to elbow, or do anything else that feels good in your forward fold. Maybe sway a little bit if you're not in gorilla. If you are in gorilla, maybe straighten your knees slightly as you bend your elbows more, touch your ribs onto your thighs. Couple more deep breaths here. And then release your hands, bent knees, arms loose, roll up to stand. If you need to, you could take your hands onto your thighs to help yourself roll up. And I'm going to turn to face you. Bring your big toes to touch and your hands onto your hips. Open your feet into a small V, turning out into first position. This happens at the hips, not your ankles or your knees. And then close. And then open and close. And then move at a tempo that feels good for you. But I want you to notice here, if you feel like your torso is kind of loose and your hips are just rocking back and forth, squeeze your belly up and in. Ground into your heels and keep your hips right over your heels. 4 more. 3, stand tall. 2, and 1. Hold this open. Lift up and lower. Pop the heels up, slowly come down. Accentuate that little upward squeeze, and if you want, arms up, out, and down. Lift and lower. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. Last one. Hands onto the hips. Close your toes, and then open. Close and open. Legs strong, legs moving as one unit. Beautiful. You've got 4, 3, 2. Hold it here, lift and lower, up and down. Working into the calf, pumping all of that blood back up into the heart. You can add your arms if you want. Up, open, close. Inhale, exhale. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hands out in front of you. Your arms are in this nice wide circle. Your elbows are nice and soft, shoulders relaxed. We're going to turn our feet out and roll through our feet nice and slow. Bend your knees. Lift your heels. Straighten your legs. Heels roll down, nice and slow. Knees bend. Heels lift. Legs straight. Roll down. You could add your arms. Arms come down. Arms go out, heels lift. Arms go up, legs straight. Arms to front, heels down. Slow again. Bend. Lift and open. Straighten, rise and reach. And bring it to the front. Do you want to go faster? Bend. Lift. Extend. Lower. All right, y'all. If that inner critic is coming in here, talk to yourself with appreciation and gratitude. You got this. You're good. As long as you're moving and breathing and taking care of your body, you're doing a great job. Right? Let's do 2 more. Last one. And then release it down. Bring your feet to parallel. I'm going to turn to face the same way as you. You can take a simple quadricep stretch, right heel in, catching a hold of the ankle. Or you could roll your hand open to the big toe side of the foot. Let's all drop our knee down, square our hips off. If you want to come into dancer, left arm up, inhale. And with an exhale, a little teeter-totter. Heart goes forward, back knee lifts. You could hold on to something if you need to for support, if you have that furniture or wall, if that helps you open up a little bit more. Standing leg is strong, but the knee is not locked. And how's your breath? Lengthen and deepen for a couple more inhalations, long exhalations. And then let's all come up to stand and release it down. Shake out your hands, shake out your shoulders, shake out your hips, maybe shake out the legs. Wipe your slate clean and get ready for the second side. Standing tall. Left heel in, you could just hold the ankle, square off the hips, drop the knee, or roll your hand to the big toe side of the foot so the shoulder opens. Right arm up. And as you exhale, dancer pose. Your gaze is fixed at one point. Your drishti will help you balance. Long inhalations. Slow exhalations. One more round of breath. And then inhale, set it free. Exhale, shake it off. Come to stand at the front of your mat, Samastitihi, feet planted, palms up, stand tall. Inhale, sweep the arms up, gather all of this beautiful energy in and around you. Hands to prayer, bow through the midline. Hip hinge, crown of head towards toes. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale to the back of your mat, downward facing dog. We're gonna come into cardio. I'm gonna give you a lot of options. You do what you can, and don't worry about the rest. Inhale, your gaze between your thumbs. Exhale, step your right foot forward, maybe outside of your right pinky finger. And then your left foot comes forward. And then right foot steps back. Left foot steps back. Now left leads, left foot forward. Right foot forward. Left foot back. Right foot back, you can pick it up. Go right, left, right, left, left, right. And you can keep that pace or kind of just hop forward and back. A little spring-like primal crawl to the front and the back. And if you want, you could hop forward and back, just like we did before, where the knees are bending. And if you want more, you can come to the front, rise and reach, arms up, hands float down, hop back. Exhale forward, inhale up, exhale back. If you want more, you can come forward, hop up, and then hop back. But I want you to move in a way that you can control your breath. So if you feel like you're gasping, take it down a notch. You should be very full of breath. You should never be out of breath. We're gonna take it just a few more times, wherever you are, moving and breathing. And then the next time you come to the front of the mat, pause there. Inhale, stand all the way up, sweep the arms. Exhale, fingers interlace, hands come to heart height, elbows wide. Right knee up, step wide. Left knee up, step wide. Exhale, inhale. Keep your heart up as you lift the knee. Nice. If you want a little gentle rotation, elbow towards opposite knee, make sure you're not over twisting here. It's easy to fall into momentum and kind of tweak the back. So take your time, use the strength of your obliques. Let's do 2 more. And then bring your knees into the center, up towards your hands. Or you could just be tapping your toes. You could bring the arms up and overhead. Let's do 4 more. 2. And then just tap your toes, hands on the hips. Stand up nice and tall. Really deepen the breath here. 1 more tap right and left. And then feet could be hips width or big toes can touch. As you close your eyes, bring one hand over the other onto the heart and just feel the beautiful pulse of your heart. Feel the body alive, full of prana and energy. And notice, does your body feel hot? Do you feel any vibration? What sensations are present for you? And as you deepen your breath a little more, the heart rate normalizes. Coming back into that beautiful coherent state. Rhythmic inhalations and exhalations. And then go on and float your eyes open. Sweep the arms up, inhale. Exhale, humble bow to the earth, all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, your knees down. Exhale, one hip down and roll back onto your back. Draw your knees into your chest as you roll back and move in any way that feels good. Maybe rolling around, letting your head roll around with you, making sure that your shoulders, your neck, and your throat and your jaw are really relaxed here. Bring your hands behind the head, knees into the center, fingers interlace, elbows wide. Keep the elbows wide and just use your fingers for a little bit of support as you lift the head up. Left leg goes long, left elbow, right knee, bicycle. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Now again, your leg can be up higher as you extend it, or you can take it down lower. And if you want, pick it up. Exhale, exhale. Maybe you're breathing out through the mouth for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here, right leg long, bicycling to the left. You could lift and lower your right leg a little bit. Exhale, exhale. You've got 4. Right elbow, left knee, curl up. 2 and 1. Take it into the center. Drop your head. Take some cleansing breaths as you hug your knees. Reset. And then meet me for the second side. Fingers interlace. Support the head. When you're ready, curl up, bicycle to the left, and then center, and right, and center. Nice and slow at first. And then if you want to, pick it up. Twist, twist, exhale. Breathing in and out. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here. Left leg long, bicycling right. You could lift and lower. Exhale every time the heel drops. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, sigh. Ha, ha. Rock and roll a little bit again. And then bring the soles of the feet down onto the mat. And open the knees away from each other as you bring the soles of the feet to kiss. Options for the arms, you could tuck your hands under your hips, just like we started the class. You could take your hands onto the inner thighs and just not press down, but just let gravity do its thing. Hands are heavy, knees rolling towards the floor. You could have hands on belly or heart or one and the other. Or you could have your arms anyway, really, that feels good for you. Close your eyes down if they're not already closed. And if this pose just feels way too vulnerable for you, you could always just come into constructive rest, how we started the class with our knees together and our heels wide. Find a place where you can extend your exhalation a beat or two longer than the inhalation. A beautiful downshift for the nervous system. Feel your body relax with each exhale. From here, anchor your arms. You could find 90-degree angles in the elbows, or you could find your arms in a T. Take a breath in to prepare. And with the exhale, roll your left knee over to the right, stacking your top foot in the arch of the bottom. Your left knee floats any amount that you can. Roll your gaze over to the left and make sure that your left shoulder is staying down. Beautiful even twist from the tip of the tail all the way up into the crown of the head. Feel the inhale swirl down the spine, deep into the belly, and travel back up and out. You could stay here, or begin to extend your left leg long, flexing the toes, kicking through the heel. If your heel is somewhat down towards the bottom of your mat, a little bit less sensation, or you could reach your toes up towards the top of the mat and lengthen the leg long. Maybe roll a little bit more onto the outside of the right hip. But again, only so much that the left shoulder stays down, so the twist is even in the spine. A couple more breaths. And then bring it back into the center. If it feels good, take your arms up and overhead in a full body stretch. A couple breaths there. And then anchor your arms on an inhale, and with the exhale, twist over to the left. Maybe roll your head over to the right. And maybe extend through the right leg. A few more steady breaths. And then opening back up into the center again. Maybe the arms go overhead as you inhale and stretch through the spine. And with an exhale, circle your arms down. Hold on to the outer leg and close your knees together like a book. Keep the left foot planted as you exhale the right knee into the chest, holding on at the back of the thigh or the front of the shin. And as you exhale, drawing that leg closer, squeezing the air out at the bottom of the lungs, and bringing length into the spine. Shoulders are relaxed. Space between the teeth. You could stay there, or as you inhale, slide your left leg long on the mat and let it relax onto the mat. Feel the left side of your body heavy. Bring your left arm into that half anchor, and then bring your right knee out and away from the body towards the floor. You could keep the elbow bent, or you could cup your knee and bring your knee down and in line with your hip, just working on that mobility in the hip socket. Keep the left side of your body on the mat. Big, deep inhale. As you exhale, bring the knee back into the center and slide the left leg in. Big breath in. Exhale, nose to right knee. Inhale, release the head down, release the foot down. And as you exhale, hug the left knee in. Taking a moment to lengthen the spine and soften the belly. Gentle belly massage as you squeeze and compress. Stay there or slide the right leg long. Let it go heavy on the mat. right arm anchor, and rolling the left leg out to the left. Maybe cupping the knee and drawing the knee down somewhat in line with the hip. And coming back into the center. Drawing the right leg back in. And with an exhale, nose to left knee. Inhale, release head and foot down. And then exhale both knees into the chest, but more towards the armpits as you reach your hand between the legs. Maybe catch the pinky toe side of the foot, maybe catch the big toes in a little peace finger bind and take your heels up for happy baby. If holding on to your feet doesn't feel good, you could hold on to the outer leg at the shins or even behind the knee. Feel your back long on your mat, and depending on what feels best for you, you could lightly tuck the tail or you could roll your sacrum, that triangular shaped bone at the base of the spine, flat on the mat. And you could rock a little bit from side to side. Option to rock the right knee all the way onto the floor as you send your left leg into the sky, maybe straightening the leg. Maybe straightening the right leg as well, and then drawing your feet away from each other. Feeling the weight of your body on that soft spot between the shoulder blade and the spine and into the low back. And then if your bottom knee is straight, rebend it. And then bend the left knee and you'll kind of just rock naturally back into the center. And then take it to the other side. Left knee down, right leg up. Option to extend one leg or both legs and draw the feet open. Bottom knee rebends. So does the right as you roll back into the center. And then I want you to take about 30 seconds or so to just move in any way that your body needs to, so that you feel like each and every part of you is as relaxed as it could be. If you're in a pose that will need a counter pose, when you're ready to, slowly make your way there. And then when you're ready to come into stillness, a couple of options. You could come back into constructive rest, full circle in our practice with the knees resting on each other. Hands can be on the body in some way if there's some place on your body that's in need of healing. Or the arms can be alongside the body with the palms up. Your legs could be long. Or there could be other options here if you feel like lying on one side and then the other would feel better for you. Wherever you are, close your eyes down. Take a nice deep breath in. A soft sigh out the mouth, all of the air out. And then let your inhalation just happen on its own as you surrender your breath over to that beautiful intelligence within your body. Take a moment in stillness here to let your body restore and rebuild and repair itself. Bring your awareness back into your heart and just ask your body if you need to stay here a little while longer or if you're ready to move again. And if you need more time, feel free to pause here, take all the time you need. Otherwise, start to deepen your breath again. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe open your jaw and wiggle it around. You can stick out your tongue and go ha. And maybe roll the wrists and the ankles as you turn your head from side to side. And then on an in-breath, sweep your arms up and overhead. Let your body get big and expansive. And on an exhale, hug one knee at a time into your chest and really send gratitude into each and every part of your body. Gently rock from side to side. Pick a side to lie down onto in a fetal position, keeping your eyes closed and just taking a few more deep breaths there. Use your top hand to press into the floor and come into a comfortable seat. Allow your spine to be tall and upright in honor of your practice today. And bring your hands into prayer at your heart center. Thumbs resting on the sternum as you connect again into your heart. And then a gentle bow of your head towards your heart, a sign of reverence, honoring that beautiful heart wisdom within you. And if it resonates with you, setting an intention to move more from this space, off of your mat, and into your day. Draw your thumb knuckles up to your forehead center in honor of the beautiful light within you. And as we exhale, let's take a bow to each other, to this beautiful Pulse community. Thank you all so much for practicing with me here today. Come upright and open the eyes as you release your hands down. I hope that this practice was of benefit for you. Feel free to come back and practice as much as you need to until you feel your body getting the hang of it. Make sure that you stretch and drink a lot of water, and I'll see you again for Pulse very soon. I'm sending you love.